discovered, not because it's more important than the other one. But first discovered here in the Vale is this one. And it was in 91, not in 94. Many people think it was discovered in 94 because it was published in a newspaper in 94. But this was discovered 3 years before. It means you have many, not only one depiction or two, you have many depictions using the same surface. And many places with nothing. It means really this part was the most important. And it's for us, it's a question why they use the same. The first at the beginning in 95, 96, when we began to study engraving, we were thinking that it was a long time accumulation. It means during thousands of years people were using the same because the older one was not visible. It means if you are packing, you have a fresh white dressing, and with time it's beginning to be patinated like this. It means brown on brown, you cannot see it, and it was necessary to do a new one because the other one was not visible. We were thinking it was long, and it was thousands of years to use of the same space surface during different people. But we were thinking this in 95, 96, but in 99 we have discovered, I was speaking about the vertical rock panels covered by sediments, and during excavation I will show you a copy in the museum. The tracing were not different. It means all the superimposition has the same contrast what we have seen during excavation. It means it's not an accumulation during a long time, because when the last one superimposes a depiction, the other one was with exactly the same contrast. It means superimposition is not an accumulation, but it's really a composition. It means we are doing voluntary the mix different figure to be more, probably to be more difficult to isolate it to them. It means the message is not to be easy, it's to be more difficult, and people have to recognize some very typical forms. I think probably you see these horns, and the shape of his head is typical from a rock scene. Bovine, it means. And if you know, for example, Lascaux, typical of the big bulls of Lascaux, we have exactly the same convention. What is the convention? The body is a profile, perfect one, because you have only one back leg, back line, head, and front leg, and belly. It means you see in a perfect profile, but the horns, the view is with an angle of 45 degrees. It means this is not the reality, it's a convention. Profile and horns look, if you are looking not this way, but this way. And this is a typical convention of Paleolithic rock art. When you will see some Iron Age or more Neolithic, we don't use this convention. And what is also very typical, they don't represent the legs, the complete legs. You see? Finish here, finish here. This one also, it's an horse. Front leg, the head is here, back leg, back line is here. It means this shape is typical from the horse. This one is typical of a rock scene, and you can recognize only by one line. It means if you have only this line, you don't need the head, only this line is typical of a rock scene. And in Upper Paleolithic, in this early phase of the Paleolithic, is typical. They don't represent some details. For example, no eyes, no muzzle, mouth, muzzle, nothing inside. Only the profile, stylization of the profile 12,000 years ago. It's not so recent. But this one is more than, probably from more than 15, and this one is more than 12,000 years old. This one was prepared to be painted and was not painted. If it was painted, or if the incision was enough to be visible from a long distance, I don't know. But the first, we are producing some incision, and after one is here.
Yeah.
Typical shape of the back line, also this angle, and finishing like this. Tail, back leg, belly, front leg. First one. Second one is here, and you see the shape of the horns, like in front. If you are a frontal view, it means you are looking profile. Head is here. Back line. This part is not bigger. Belly, legs, here. 1, 2. Same position, almost the same size. Probably females, you see. You can see this convexity, but you find something different. This here, like a tail, and this that seems to be the head of another one. And probably this was the beginning of a large horse, coming from here to here. But like in the second one we have seen, it was not finished. If it was painting, if it was not finished, we don't know. But what is I think very interesting that we have to leave it. It means we are beginning that tail and the head, and after we are filling to get the good proportion, I think, probably, and finishing like this.